psychologist, right? And so, and because of the competence, like it's refreshing just to watch those two characters do that, and not have a strong female black lesbian lead in a wheelchair come lecture them and be better than them at everything like every modern sci-fi has.
And that's pretty well the nub of it. This is what's happened to a lot of science fiction, is the ideological incursion of whatever it is they're trying to do to society to try to control you is being basically put into all the storylines. And it's not just science fiction.
Working.
I am programmed to destroy those life forms which are imperfect. Non-sequitur. Your facts are uncoordinated.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Gene Roddenberry said, I had insisted on half women on board the Enterprise. The network came to me and said, you can't have half women. Our people say we'll make it look like a ship with all sorts of mad sexual things going on, half men and half women. So we argued about it like a poker game, and they finally said, okay, we'll settle for 1/3 women. I figured 1/3 women could take care of the men anyhow. Welcome to Sci-Fi Saturdays, as I take a look at Target Audience, a channel that both provides a live reaction, review, and breakdown of their level of appreciation of what they have watched. As I was rewatching Star Trek, the original series, followed by The Next Generation, again as many Trekkers do, I came upon this Target Audience and watched them react to an episode of The Next Generation I had just rewatched again for I don't know how many times. And something clicked that I hadn't occurred before when I had been watching other reactors watch the same or similar content. But before I get into that, I hope you're enjoying the NJM Productions remastered physical motion, model motion control visual special effects. Now let's listen to Josh and Alex explain their Star Trek journey from a year ago.
Hello. You're probably wondering why you're here. And to tell you the truth, we're wondering why you're here. But we think we have an idea. And that idea is Star Trek.
Yes, for the past 2 years plus, we've been watching Star Trek in release order for the very first time. We started with the very first broadcast episode of Star Trek, the original series, The Man Trap, and over 7 seasons of the franchise and 5 movies later, we are now about to start season 4 of The Next Generation.
Serialized television created anticipation of the next adventure that your favorite characters might be in, by getting an audience emotionally invested in believable scenarios by actors who made you tap into your active imagination and suspend reality just long enough to believe in the play. For you see, the play is the thing. And for the play to be the thing, the audience must relate to the thing and believe they too are part of the thing, if not physically, but emotionally. And that emotional investment is even stronger when shared with people of like-minded appreciation for the art of Star Trek in the universe that the showrunners carefully cultivated, whenever Gene Roddenberry wasn't throwing a wrench in canon, that is. It is an appreciation which includes understanding the work behind the magic, the producers, directors, makeup, sets, locations, props, writers, and especially when actors give magnificence or not. Watching Star Trek for the first time can't be fully recaptured unless we manage to get a hold of Dr. Tristan Adams' neural neutralizer and manage a memory mind wipe. So the best thing is the vicarious experience. There are the obvious cultural and technical differences that cannot be overcome when it comes to the Star Trek experience. Remembering that when the original series was broadcast and syndicated until the movies and The Next Generation, there was no internet, no flip phones, no streaming, and personal computers were limited with simple operating systems, and we were all struggling to find games of the same arcade caliber production value to play on these limited computers. Unless you had a video cassette recorder, rewatching Trek was limited to catching the episode on broadcast to tape it, if it wasn't preempted when you scheduled the timer to record it, that is. The point is, we had to wait, and we waited for nearly a decade for Star Trek the movie. the motion picture after the original series, when we waited for yet another decade after that for the next generation. And now Josh and Alex are at the end of their TNG experience and into Deep Space Nine, and have smartly decided to watch the X-Files along with the same broadcast timeline of the 1990s when these shows broadcast, which is rounding out what has some of the best sci-fi we had at the time that we loved after decades of television and movie theater drought of poor quality Saturday morning childish scripted pablum that destroyed other intellectual properties like Buck Rogers and a second season of Old Star, Battlestar Galactica. The joy of watching Star Trek is due to the origins of hard sci-fi. Gene Roddenberry may have created Star Trek, but it was the science fiction writers in the original series who crafted scripts and gave depth to the Enterprise, the command crew, the friendship, and their journey. And during those years of no live action Trek, we had the animated series, which target audiences watched as part of their adventure through Trek canon. We had novels and board games, and one long forgotten by many, which was a precursor to the Starfleet Battle computer game of the same name. Yes, we used to roll the dice and fly our starships through space and fire at each other's shields and use tractor beams on the tabletop back when friends got together in person rather than online to play a game. It was a time of landlines and cable TV, and for me, working through the years of TNG and beyond, I never had got to share the enjoyment of watching these stories for the first time with others, and that is something Target Audience does for me. I did some theater in my young days, and that brought an understanding of what it takes to make an entertaining production like Target Audience gets in spades. Like true Trekkers, they have come to recognize the strength of the different directors, writers, producers. There is no guardian of forever to step into and re-experience Star Trek as it was first viewed on cathode ray tube televisions that one had to wait at least a year after the movie came out in hard media after its theater run, if available like a VCR tape. We watch at home. Or another year after that if the edited version came on TV. With Target Audience, watching the S-Files at the same historical release time is a good reminder of the anecdotal reality that existed at the time TNG was finishing its run, as DS9 was starting theirs, which is what they are in now. And it would seem that Josh and Alex's efforts have now garnered the attention of the Obsidian Order. Let's watch.
One to be mother.
Wow. Wow.
Elam Garrick.
Elam Garrick.
I think Dr. Bashir's gonna go, "Hello, Elam."
That's crazy.
Hey, look at my makeup. Isn't it great? All right, see ya. Wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah. Wait. 8 hours in the chair for that.
How's the Idanian spice pudding? How's the spice pudding? Is that all you have to say for yourself? Or he said something about keeping a closer eye on me in the future. I told him, be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
Literally all he does, hide everything.
What I want to know is, out of all the stories you told me, which ones were true and which ones weren't?
My dear doctor, they're all true.
Even the lies.
Especially the lies.
Wow. All right, what a focused episode, like on just those two.
Didn't we just talk about the beginning? Like, one of the Bashir's
Yeah.
up for an episode, right?
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah,
Hopefully we go back to a singular storyline with maybe, I don't know, throw the ball back in Dax's court because she's great. Or, I don't know, who hasn't been in the spotlight for a while?
Hasn't been inspired for a while? Bashir?
I was going to say Bashir, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is season 2, episode 22. So to give a little perspective, this is the shades of gray of TNG in terms of season and episode placement. Also, I've been meaning to bring this up. Necessary Evil. There's a 5-year flashback. So in timeline, all of that at Terok Nor was taking place during season 2 of TNG. Isn't that interesting to think about?
Oh. It was only 5 years. Oh, wow. That's
Yeah, we
crazy.
said, who hasn't had an episode in a while? Bashir?
Yeah, I was thinking Bashir, too. There you go.
There you go.
Fucking hell. Wow.
Well, we just watched The Wire, and we're going to talk about it as usual. But first, something a little bit special. Alex, if you remember back when we watched the very first episode of Deep Space Nine, our bridge crew sent us a cameo from Terry Farrell, the actress playing Jadzia Dax. And today we have another cameo from Badger as well as the others over at the bridge crew. This one being Andrew Robinson, who plays Garrick.
Oh, what?
Make sure this is... All right, here we go.
Hi, Josh and Alex. Andrew Robinson here, a.k.a. Garrick. your plain and simple tailor on Deep Space Nine. And I've been told by the Badger Bridge crew of Target Audience that you are about, or you have been, embarking on a trek-in. A trek-in, I suppose you could call it, certainly a Trek marathon involving all 900 episodes, and you're about to embark upon the Deep Space Nine chapter of Star Trek. The best. The very best. And yes, I play Elam Garrick, a plain and simple tailor, and you will find that he's a bit of an enigma wrapped in a... Well, I can't remember what that quote is, but anyway, he's a great character. I love playing him. So I wish you all the best, my friends. Enjoy your marathon, especially... I was going to say, especially... What is that quote of Garrick? So anyway, you'll find it. You'll hear it. Take care, my friends. Be well. Bye.
That's fucking amazing.
Andrew Robinson, man, fitting in right with us. Never can fucking remember what the words were. 100% relatable.
Anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, thank you, Badger. Thank you, everybody. Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, we learned this episode the real name, or full name, Elam Garrick. So
it's probably good that we didn't watch that until now, and I'm sure,
yes.
I'm pretty sure that it was in the tank for a bit. Maybe that was probably submitted back when we started, and then they went, "Ah, shit."
Yeah, watch it after this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a bit. So good on you for holding on to that.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the episode now, but first we'll jump into our whiteboard reactions. Okay, so for The Wire, I gave the episode an A, and I said this is the best Bashir episode so far.
That's fair. We gotta stop doing this, because I said A, but Garrick, A underlined. We got to do something about this.
Hey, we're on the same page.
We're back, baby.
Maybe it was like a reverberation. We had a couple episodes where we actually didn't agree, so it came back, and now we're on the exact same page. But...
Yeah, not only are we on the exact same page, but we literally manifested this episode. Because we talked about, well, what do you want to see next? Who have we seen for a bit? And I was asking you, but in my mind, I'm thinking probably Bashir. And then you said Bashir. I'm like, oh yeah, Bashir, absolutely. And then literally the next episode, just manifesting this episode, and I really enjoyed it. I love Garrick. I love the character, and I love that the more we know about him, the more we don't know anything about him. And I love that stuff at the end, which is the truth. It's all true, even the lies, especially the lies. Such a fascinating Joker-esque character who knows who he was. I mean, there is some confirmation of who he was based on going to meet that Esteban Tain guy, to where, okay, he actually did do something with the Cardassian Empire, but what exactly? I don't know. But overall, just a nice little story between Bashir and Garrick, and both very highly elevated their characters for me, and I dug the shit out of it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an origin or a backstory episode where we've learned literally nothing. I mean, we learned a little bit, the implant, we learned about the Obsidian Order, all this stuff, but you can't trust anything Garrick has said here, and I don't even know what to believe. I'm just like Julian. I don't know what to believe. And I liked it. I am a little bit more of a fan, as you are, I believe, of, a little bit more of subtlety when it comes to acting, but I felt his breakdown Joker-esque scene in his quarters where the direction here, I got to get pulled up. Pretty sure this is the first time we have a first-time director.
Well,
Star Trek director.
that was just a taste. If you're looking to revisit that old friend Star Trek, there's no need to do it alone. I'm enjoying Target Audience's Star Trek experience because it's genuine, and it's amazing to observe how Josh and Alex end up having the same discussions and theories we nerds used to have after a broadcast, and most times have the same reactions I experienced the first time I watched it as well. Please like, share, follow, thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. Comments drive the algorithm, and likes/thumbs up increase the traffic. Please help us build the channel. This has been Sci-Fi Saturdays. Join us next week for a look at William R. Fortune's The Lost Regiment book series. See you then.
Working.
I am programmed to destroy those life forms which are imperfect. Non sequitur. Your facts are uncoordinated.